Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another book tag video, and today I'm going to be doing the original genre Buster tag. And this is a tag that I discovered on Bookaxe channel, and I will have the link below for that channel in case you want to check it out. It's a really good channel, it's really fun, it's very bookish and lots of books, and they do a lot of tags. And I also have the link below for the original video and the questions. So getting started on the questions, the first one is, do you prefer books that develop characters in depth or books with a fast-paced plot? I pretty much would like a split of the two. Like depending what kind of book it is. If it's like a contemporary, I think it should be more focused on the characters itself. Because I think it's not like there's any vampires coming out or anything else coming involved in the book, so I guess the characters are what drives the story. But if it's like in a fantasy or science fiction, I would like a mixture of the two. And I think the pacing of the plot should balance out with the character's development. And so if it's very fat, if it's like a trilogy or series, I don't think like the characters should be too developed all the way. I would like to see some development throughout the trilogy, like expanded, because you see them grow up, you see them change, and see how whatever's going on in their world affects them and it also the other characters. Yeah, but I don't want a super slow fantasy book because if it's super slow, like if you're going on a journey, something must happen at least certain times. Next question is, do you prefer light-hearted, optimistic books or books that explore the darker side of life? I would say the darker side of life. I think most of the books that are usually on the dark side tends to be more interesting, and especially like if it's like a dark fantasy or I don't know, like thrilling and stuff. I mean, a lot of my books are kind of have explored darker side of life. I mean, I like City of Bones and Shadowhunters, and it's kind of a dark fantasy, and they have like a lot of dark stuff going on. Also, yeah, but at the same time, I do sometimes will appreciate a lighthearted book like Fault in Our Stars because sometimes when you want something that makes you feel good and make you cry at the end, I guess that's one thing. The next question is, do you prefer books that get straight to the point or books that challenge language and style? I would prefer like something that's straight to the point. I don't want it to be too literature-ish, if that's the term. I'm very blah 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 blah, I guess, throughout the book, especially like if you're in a very dense like a fantasy novel or science fiction or something like that, and sometimes like some authors will get to pretty much describing every little thing in the book and the whole history, and I was like, whoa, we just started this series. Like, you have enough time to explain the history. You don't have to explain every little part of it and so on. So I like to get to the point of the whole story. So, next question is, do you prefer books that introduce you to new ideas and issues or books that purely aim to entertain? I like a balance of the two. Something that entertains me, but at the same time, I would like something that does make me think and show me different points of view of a certain issue or something that's going on or whatever. But at the same time, I don't want it to be like a book that just looks like it's promoting their own ideas too much, like they're shoving in your face too much, because like that kind of like distracts from the actual whole story, unless that is what the main book is about. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm reading a book, I don't want it to be like like pushing their own personal agenda to it. So, I think books are meant to make you think, not to pressure you into certain ideas. Okay, the next question. Do you enjoy books with graphic descriptions of violence, swearing, etc., or actively avoid them? I'm pretty much don't really care for what it is, I guess. I mean, I'm not really like that conservative about books, I guess. I mean, swearing does not really bother me, and as long as the descriptions are not beyond what it should be describing, I guess. I mean, it's okay, and as long as the swearing doesn't really like seem like every 5 seconds in the whole line of the sentence, it's not like dropping f bombs just randomly, I guess, and it has to make sense to the actual characters, I guess. And I don't really avoid them in any way. I just read. I just read whatever is on my shelf, and if it had something on there, it doesn't really bother me. So anyway, the next question is: do you typically go for specific genres and why? Well, I tend to pretty much gravitate towards science fiction and fantasy more, just because I watch a lot of booktube channels, and that's pretty much a lot of the books I see, and that tends to like attract me the most, I guess. And I like stuff with magic involved, time travel, steampunk, and so on, aliens, and so on. And if you are on Goodreads or something, and the more you look at a certain type of genre, a type of books, they tend to recommend you the same kind of books. And so most of the books they totally recommend me, I always are into, but that's pretty much what they keep recommending me. Specifically is YA. I'm not sure. So I am looking for more adult books, adult fantasy, but that's what they keep recommending me. Anyway, the next question is: what is your favorite genre busting book? Fantasy and science fiction, if you haven't noticed. I love time travel, especially, and also like anything like dystopian. Even if like sometimes dystopian can get a little too much dystopian, because like I know like nowadays that's kind of like the obsession nowadays. Actually, technically, it's fairies. I think fairies is now like taking over, going and slowly taking over. Hopefully, they don't like start doing it too much. But anyway, pretty much like anything like that area. So that's pretty much all the questions I have today. Hopefully you enjoyed this book tag. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, and if you agree with some of the questions or something or not. Love to hear your opinions. And if you like this video, do click on the thumbs up. And if you want to stay tuned for more on this channel, see more book reviews, more book tags, to subscribe to have you around. And don't forget, there's actually like a little button that looks like a bell. If you click on that one, it'll always notify you whenever I pop up a new video, and it'll let you know and you won't miss anything. So until next time, keep on reading.